Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good people. Excuse my volume. It is good to see y'all tonight. It is good to see all you guys tonight tuning in. Do me a favor, share this. Share this so that other individuals may be able to know that we are live. That we are live. And we're here, the Relevant Brand. We have some dope information for you. We have some dope information for you. Comment, let me know that you're viewing. Let me know where you're viewing from. If you are new, go ahead and either like this page and hit the notification bell on Facebook, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell and press all so you can be notified when we go live and when we drop dope content. All right. It is good. It is good. It is good to see everybody. Hey, real quick, let me know if these conversations have been beneficial for you. Let me know if these conversations have been beneficial for you. I know they have been helping me in my my preparation and preparing the information for the conversation, sitting, thinking, meditating, praying, whatever you'd like to go by. It is not just an honor and a pleasure to be able to talk to you guys on a weekly basis, but it's really, really dope to find out more and more about myself, right? I'm learning in this process as well. Even though I'm, giving information or disseminating information, I am also eating this information too. Some of these points and nuggets are gut punches for me as well. So you are not by yourselves. But let me know. Let me know if this information is beneficial for you. If it has been helping you. Go ahead and comment in the comment section and let me know if this information is beneficial for you. While you guys are doing that, big shout out to Big Bro. He's older than me. Big Bro Armani Laurie, man. Hey, brother, I appreciate you for allowing me to use Amplified Worship song, Amazing, featuring Jeffrey Golden. It is literally, it has become a reminder in my life. God is amazing, right? The God that I believe in, the God that I serve, the God that I love, honor. God is amazing. And so it has been a constant reminder in my life, and I'm thankful, bro, for you allowing me to, or for you allowing the Relevant Brand to be able to utilize that song for our 5-minute countdown. Thanks. Shout out to you, man. You and Amplified Worship, you guys are doing a great work in the kingdom, bro. In the kingdom. And I look forward to what you guys are doing next. And hopefully I can make you guys this next event. Hopefully I can make your next event. I haven't been to one yet, so it'll be dope to get to one. And yo, I got a couple of them. Well, just one. I'll save the other ones for later. But the Relevant Brand has some gear that will be available soon. The Relevant Brand has some gear that will be available soon. There is a limited amount of gear that will be available soon. However, I will let you know. Let me see some hearts on the screen if you are ready for some Relevant Brand gear. Let me see some hearts, man. Drop some hearts. Drop some hearts in the chat. Drop some hearts and let me know that you are ready for some Relevant Brand gear. It is going to be crazy. We're not just stopping at this podcast or Relevant Conversations. There is so much more in store. I am literally, Shanice, what's up? I am literally like the content that's about to come you guys' way is going to be like beneficial for the entire family, for your entire life. Relevant Brand gear is on the way. As a matter of fact, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of one of the shirts. Okay? One of the shirts, just one of the shirts. I'm actually wearing it right now. Shipping will be available. All of that stuff will be available once we release, right? I got some stuff on hand. So if you see me on site, pull up on me and I may be able to help you out. In Vegas, I may be able to help you out. We'll see. But it's a limited amount right now, and I'll let you guys know when the Relevant Brand is dropping that gear. So I'll give you a little sneak peek, all right? Give you a little sneak peek. Got to stand up a little bit. So bear with me. It's a little sneak peek. I like this shirt. It's one of the first. All right? So, booyah. Here it is. One of the first shirts the relevant brand, one of the first shirts. That R is a reminder that you are relevant. That R is a reminder that you are relevant. Okay? So, yes, just a sneak peek, real sneak peek. If you missed it, then go back and watch the replay to be able to see it. But the relevant brand is dropping gear. We are dropping gear, and this was just one of many things that we will be releasing. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So we are in this conversation on the dating pool, And as I have said in times past, this conversation is not just for single people. It's not just for people who are looking to date. This conversation, as we progress through it, as we get through it, this conversation will be even for the married individual, even for the engaged individual, even for the person who's in a committed relationship, right? Even for the person who's in a situationship. You have a boo or whatever. Like this conversation will be for everybody, because there are many times where we enter into the dating pool and then we find that special someone for our lives, and we don't realize sometimes that we take our scars and our wounds from the dating pool into that relationship, into that marriage, into that situation. And we literally not just taking our scars and our wounds, but we are taking the mannerisms of other people and other situations and other dating arrangements into our consistent relationship or marriage. And so this conversation just won't be for people who are dating. These conversations will be for individuals who have been with somebody for 10, 20 years, 5 years, 1 year, people who are engaged, people who are in a committed relationship. These conversations will be beneficial to you as well. And that way you will be able to assess not only where you are, but sometimes you may have to go back and hash out some things, because you may have some mannerisms that are not authentically yours. Yeah. You may have some mannerisms, some methods, some characteristics, some traits, some capabilities or abilities that may not be authentically yours, and you may have picked them up from the dating pool. Oh man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Tiff, what's up, lady? It's going to be good. It is going to be good. You may have picked up some characteristics and some abilities or capabilities, or you may have picked up some mannerisms from someone else while you were, or during your time in the dating pool. And that has become a part of your daily routine and your daily regimen. And now you have brought those mannerisms into your consistent relationship or your marriage. So this won't just be for single people. All right. These conversations are not just for single people, but these conversations are for everyone, for the person as a whole, All right. So I have a question for you guys. All right. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to answer this question. And this question, of course, it is pertaining to tonight's conversation. And I want you guys to think long and think hard on this question, because it will help you to assess where you are, not only in life, but to assess whether or not you want to stay in your current dating pool or your current dating situation. I'm not telling you to leave who you're with. I'm not telling you to break up with somebody to get with somebody else. No, I just want you to be able to assess the environment, right? Last week we talked about environment. I just want you to be able to assess the environment that you are in, so you would be able to know how to address and how to adjust in certain situations or environments or predicaments. Okay. So 2 minutes to answer this question. You ready for it? Here we go.
Tracker, you slaying they head.
All right. All right. So to you, is the dating place, is the dating pool a cemetery or is it a safe place? Right? Which image best depicts the dating pool? Is it a safe space or a safe place or a cemetery? Well, what is it? What is it? What is a cemetery? Right, that is a place where the deceased or the dead are buried. Right, and people, loved ones, can go and visit the grave site of individuals that once lived. Right. And a safe place is a place where you feel physically and emotionally and even mentally and spiritually protected, where you can exercise your feelings, you can exercise certain abilities. It is a no judgment zone. It is a place where you are comfortable to rest. It is a place where you are comfortable to be yourself. It is a place where you are comfortable in life. But for you, is the dating pool a safe space or is it a cemetery? Has the dating pool for you been a place where you have prepared your headstone, and your headstone emotionally, not physically, but emotionally, and as Tip said, figuratively speaking, has your headstone been stamped on your forehead and says, "Here lies so-and-so, a person who was looking to date or looking for something"? Or is it a safe place where you can be yourself and you're comfortable being yourself? A safe space, a safe place. What is the dating pool to you? Is it a place where you go, as Tiff said, she thinks that the dating place is a cemetery and it's where singles go to die, figuratively speaking. Is it a place where you say, you know what, there is no hope for me. Let me go and rest in the dating pool, and this will be the end of my love life. This will be the end of everything. This will be the end of the ideas or the idea of a relationship. This will be the end of whatever it is that I'm looking for when it comes to love. Or is the dating pool a safe place for you, where you can go and be yourself, and your dreams, your aspirations, your mindset is safe to disseminate amongst someone? Tiffany says, I think the pool is full of people who have given up. That may be true. That may be true. The dating pool is filled with not just a plethora of people, but the dating pool is filled with many perspectives. The dating pool is filled with many perspectives. And you have individuals who say, as I said in week 1, right? Many perspectives and also many agendas. You have people that say, I'm just going to stay in here because I don't want to commit. I'm just going to stay here because I don't want to give my all to something. I'm just going to stay here for whatever reason. I'm going to stay here. Or you have some people that say, you know what? There's no hope for me when it comes to a relationship. I'm just going to go in this big pool of people with all of these many perspectives, and I'm just going to rest here until someone finds me. Or you can just say, I just like the view. I need some eye candy. All of these people are available. I just want to look. I want to window shop, right? Are you sitting poolside at the dating pool? Are you that person? Well, you're not necessarily in the pool, but are you sitting poolside, right? Where you just want to watch, right? And sometimes we may not be the person in the figurative, right? In the figurative cemetery where we're the person whose love life has died, but we may be the person that goes to visit the cemetery and we read the headstones and we see everyone who has been affected by someone that killed their love life or killed some type of dream of love that they have had. And so, or we may be the individual that has created a safe space or a safe place in the dating pool for other individuals because we know how it feels to be hurt and wounded in this environment called the dating pool. And so the dating pool, it can be a dangerous place, but it can also provide hope. Yeah, Trevor, it can be scary. It can be scary because you are literally putting yourself in a place to be vulnerable, hoping to meet someone who meets or who lines up with your expectations and your desires when it comes to love or when it comes to some type of relationship. You are literally opening yourself up and you're saying, you know what? This is the time and the opportunity that I am taking, that I can be a part of someone else's life, but I'm also opening myself up for someone to be a part of my world. That's scary, especially for an individual who is used to being by themselves, especially for an individual who is used to not having people in their lives or in their space in that particular place, right? So I asked the question, when it comes to the dating pool, to you, is it a cemetery or is it a safe place? Are you comfortable in this space of dating and finding something or someone, or have your dreams and aspirations when it comes to love or relationships, has it died? Has it died? Because you can literally be a person that is filled with hope. And your hope can be contagious. You can be a person who is filled with hope, and literally your hope is contagious in this pool. Or you can be a person who is filled with outrage. You can be a mean individual. And guess what? That can be contagious too. Why? Because feelings and emotions are contagious. They are contagious. You don't always find friends in the dating pool, just like you don't always find enemies in the dating pool. You find both. And so I want to ask tonight, as we jump into this dating and relationship conversation, sometimes many of us, well, not asked, but I want to say this. Sometimes many of us, we have been in certain environments, right? And those environments have been conducive for our lives. And we have met people, real dope people. We have met real dope people. We have met some great people along the way. And we make the decision to say, I have gotten or received what it is that I'm looking for from this dating pool. And it's time for me to get out. It's time for me to go. But sometimes we say we operate with our hearts, which isn't always a bad thing. We operate with our hearts and we say, you know what? It's time for me to leave this dating pool, right? However, I don't want to leave the connections that I've made. I don't want to leave the great people that I have encountered. I don't want to leave the dope souls that I've met. I don't want to leave the relationships that I hope to be in for the rest of my life. We may get to that point. We may get to that place where we say, I don't want to leave this. Because not only do I deserve more, but I believe this person deserves more. Stay with me, y'all. We're going somewhere, I promise. I don't believe that this person deserves to be around the vultures that may be in this dating pool. I don't believe that this person deserves to be around the sharks that may be in this dating pool. I don't believe that this person should be complacent, that this person should be comfortable in this place. But also, I believe that this person should be a part of my world, a part of my existence, and always exist in my world. I believe that this person should be a part of my environment, but I don't want my environment to be a part, or excuse me, I don't want this dating pool to be my environment. I don't want to be a part of this environment anymore. Have you found yourself there where you have tried to literally save others from sticky situations or this dating pool? You have even told people, I'm going to take you off the market. Or it has been told to you, I'm going to take you off the market. Like, we're going to be together. We either together or we together. You have told that individual that. And it seems as if you are the only one who wants to leave the dating pool. But not only are you pulling that individual or trying to pull that individual with you, but it seems as if that individual is pulling you back down, which takes us to our picture from week 1. How do you see this? Because sometimes, now granted, it seems to be a male hand pulling a female hand up, but it can be the other way around. Or it can be whatever your preference is. That's fine, right? But let's not look at at what the hand looks like. Let's just look at the hands themselves. There's one hand pulling up another hand, or is there one hand pulling down another hand? Yeah. Because sometimes we find ourselves in a position or in a predicament where we literally are trying to save someone from a place that they want to be in. Or are we trying to hinder someone from going to a place that they want to go? How do you see this? How do you see this? Can you see it both ways? Can you see it from the perspective of this person is trying to pull up another individual, or this person is trying to pull down another individual? How do you see it? How do you see it? Let me know in the comments. How do you see this specific image. Paradise says she sees it both ways. Okay. She sees it both ways. Yeah. It just depends on the perspective that you have when you are in this place called the dating pool. But not only are you seeing the person down in the water and you're trying to pull them up, or you see the person on top of the water and you're trying to pull them down, but there's a little shark over that is creeping that sees both. The shark represents influences, or the shark represents influences in certain environments. It's their natural habitat. And that Trevor says it's still the sharks in the background for me. Yeah. The shark represents the person that is in its natural habitat. And as I said, they are either going to strike because they're hungry, or they're going to strike because they are defending something. Either way, they are going to strike. So my question is to you right now, in this particular moment in your life, are you trying to save someone from something? Or be honest, are you hindering someone from something? Yeah, Tiffany says, I can see it both ways. They're each pulling on each other, prohibiting movement. Yeah, depending on whose pull is stronger or whose grip is stronger. I can see that. Absolutely. Are you an individual? Are you someone that is trying to save somebody? Or are you hindering somebody? I got you, Trevor. I got you. You're trying to save somebody. Okay. Yeah. We have all been that rescue individual, that savior. Paradise says, but what if it's neither? You can be in that place where you're not trying to save anybody or you're not trying to hinder anybody. You're just existing. But it depends on why is it neither? Why is it neither? Like, why aren't you saving anyone, or why aren't you hindering anyone? What are you doing to not be a part of either? Are both of you guys comfortable in that place? Or have both of you guys exited that place? Which one? What makes it neither for you? Yeah, Nate, it's a tug of war. It is literally a tug of war. You are tugging and you're fighting because guess what? You try to save someone because your feelings are involved. Your emotions are involved, right? Mentally, you are invested. Physically, you can be invested, right? And you have so much time invested in an individual, and you say, I don't want this to go to waste. You are who I want. I want to be with you. Let's exit this pool. But they are possibly saying, I like where we are. I like it here. I am comfortable where I am. And right now you are disturbing my safe place. And depending on who you are, if you're trying to save somebody, I want to give you this nugget, right? This word of advice. In trying to save somebody, do not let your action of saving or rescue kill or take away the energy that you have remaining to love in the future. Don't let it. Because sometimes we can put so much energy and effort into someone or something that it drains us. I remember my family. We have family picnics every year, right? Every year we have family picnics. We play games, softball, volleyball. We dance, we eat, all that stuff. Every year we have those picnics, right? And so one year we played tug of war. And I just remember, I don't remember who won, but I just remember that afterwards I was so tired and I was so drained. I was so tired and I was so drained afterwards. I'm like, man, I need some water or something, right? And I had to replenish myself because of the pulling back and forth, right? That is called struggle. Struggle does not mean that you are losing. Struggling doesn't mean that you're losing. No. Struggling just means that there is an opposite force against your effort. Remember that. Don't forget it. Struggling does not mean that you are losing. Struggling just means that there is an opposite force against your efforts. You can still be winning, but struggling. You can be losing, but struggling. Struggling isn't specifically dedicated to winning or losing. Struggling just means that there is an opposite force against your efforts that is causing you to have a little more of a difficult time in getting to where you want to be. And sometimes it's like that in this dating pool. We can struggle because we have this opposite force pulling on us and we're trying to save. Do not figuratively kill yourself trying to save somebody else. At some point we have to make a decision and we have to say, hey, either you're going to get saved or you're going to get left. The choice is yours. Trust me, we have to make the decision. And I believe we have all been there. We have all been there where we say either you're going to get saved or you're going to get left. Yeah. Either you're going to get saved or you're going to get left. But we have to be conscious enough. We have to be mindful of ourselves. We have to be mindful of ourselves at some points in time. And we have to say, you know what? This is not conducive for the health of my emotions, right? Emotionally, this tug of war is not healthy. Emotionally, this tug of war is not conducive for me, right? Mentally, this tug of war is not healthy. Mentally, this tug of war is not conducive for me. And we have to get to a place where we say, hey, I am over pulling you. I can't carry your weight and carry mine. A decision has to be made. That's if we are the ones that are rescuing. But a decision has to be made even for those who are hindering those individuals that say, I want to leave this place. I'll never forget. I was comfortable in the space that I was in. Before I found my lovely fiance, soon to be wife as of tomorrow, I was comfortable in the space that I was in. And I felt her efforts, right? She was trying to pull me. She was trying to pull me up. She was pulling me up and she was saying, nope, you cannot rest here. It's not good for you. It's not good for us. Right? She was trying to love for the both of us. And I was just like, I'm good where I'm at. I'm good. Like, I'm cool. We can be friends or we can never talk again. I'm fine where I am. But that's not healthy. But that's also contradicted or uncontradictive to my actual desires that I had. But I was hindering her in a sense. Even though I didn't want her to leave, my actions were saying, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. She's pulling me, but I'm like, I'm good. I'm all right. But then I came to myself and I said, bro, be realistic. Be realistic. I had to make a decision. Am I going to continue to be on the negative side of tug of war? Or will I do what I actually want to do? I had to make that decision. So I made the decision, yada, yada, yada. Here we are. Tomorrow we get married. Yay. No, but we cannot hinder people, right? Right. I told those individuals who are saviors, right? They're saviors in this specific situation, right? Where they're dating, they're saviors. Do not allow your saving efforts to kill you. You're not Jesus. You're not Jesus. Jesus had the responsibility of dying for other individuals. Your responsibility is to live. Your responsibility is to live. But those people who are the hinderers, right? The hindrances, those people, do not allow your hindrance to kill you. Because how long can you stay underwater? How long can you stay in what some would consider a toxic environment? How long can you stay there? How long can you stay there, man? You can't stay there that long. And they said most will walk away in those moments, but I understood what you needed, as you always do, So, right? So there may be people on here, you're in a relationship, right? You're dating, and you say, I'm happy. I'm not the person that's trying to save somebody. I'm not the person that's trying to hinder somebody. I am happy where I am. How does this conversation benefit me? Paradise says, definitely don't recommend. Toxic environments are very draining. Yeah, they are draining. They are draining. They can be draining as long as you allow it to be. So there's an individual, and I'm going to let you guys go in a minute. There may be individuals that say, hey, how can I benefit from these conversations, right? I'm happily in my relationship, or I'm happily married, or I'm gonna be with this person, or I know who I'm gonna be with. They know we're gonna be together. We're just not there yet. What am I benefiting from with this conversation? My advice is, if you are a married individual or you are an individual that is in a happy relationship, good for you. Great job. Right. How does Trey benefit from this conversation? How does Naomi benefit from this conversation? Anyone else who's together, right? And you know that this is it for you. How do you benefit from this conversation? You make sure that any mannerisms that you have that are not conducive for individuals that you are with, you make sure that those mannerisms do not make their way into your relationship. Because as I said earlier, sometimes you literally have to assess where you are and where you have been, and you have to say, that's not even who I am, but yet I'm taking mannerisms from old situations, mannerisms from this dating pool, and I'm bringing it with me into the next relationship. Have you ever, Greg, what's up, bro? Greg says, true, I had to make this decision recently as far as leaving a toxic environment. Yeah. Those toxic environments, we can't be in them, like literally, because some people like them because they're toxic. They love the makeup factor. But honestly, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because it's a cycle. It is a rehearsed cycle. Toxic environments are rehearsed cycles. Regardless of the makeup, regardless of the fact that, oh, we're going to be good. This is just a little spat that we go through. It's just a little season that we're in. How often does this season occur? Toxic environments are rehearsed cycles. Rehearsed cycles. Remember that. Greg says it's always good to hear someone else's perspective, no matter if you're single or not. Yeah, it can be, because not only can that person help you because they probably have been there, but wisdom comes from many places, many sources. Sidebar, my son just gave me some wisdom yesterday, right? Troy, literally, he's getting out the car. I'm dropping him off at school. These school rides are like legendary and hilarious at the same time. But I'm dropping him off at school and I'm helping him to get out of his car seat, right? And he says something that is so profound to me. He said something, I helped him, and I was like, you needed help. And then he's getting out the car and he says, Daddy, everybody needs help. I said, what? What did you just say? Really? You just finna like preach like that and wreck my whole emotional, like just all in this area. You just finna wreck it? Everybody needs help. So yeah, Greg, getting someone else's perspective on things is good. Just make sure that perspective is credible. Because sometimes we are getting a toxic perspective on how to handle a toxic situation. Don't take the risk, because sometimes those things can be good, but sometimes don't take that risk. If you know that person is toxic, don't take the risk of taking their information. Yes, you can learn from them because they are toxic and you can learn different traits from them, but don't take the risk, man. Don't take the risk, because they may give you some toxic information to go and use in your toxic situation that may not be beneficial. And so, yeah, make sure that you're not dragging mannerisms with you into situations. Make sure that you're not dragging mannerisms with you into relationships. This is something that I had to tell myself, even as I get married, right? I had to like literally say to myself, like, man, like, make sure that you are giving you 100% you. Make sure that you are presenting you 100% you. Make sure that you are giving vows. Make sure that this is Trayshawn speaking, right? Make sure your heart is talking. Make sure it is you. Make sure that every method you implement into your relationship, into your marriage, into your family, make sure it's proven to work, but also make sure it's you. One of the biggest mistakes that we can make is us being frauds and thinking that we are like authentic. No, that's not from you. Like literally, like Johnny taught you that, and now you live by it because it worked for you and Johnny. But that doesn't mean that it's going to work for you and Sebastian. That doesn't mean that. Sebastian was the best name I had, just to not name somebody that I know has that name. And I know some Johnnies too. But just because it worked for you and Johnny doesn't mean it's going to work for you and Sebastian. Just because it worked for you and I don't know, Susan, doesn't mean it's going to work for you and Shelly. Every mannerism is not meant for every situation. Yeah. Every mannerism is not meant for every situation. Nate says, and remember, it's a daily effort. We aren't perfect. We are becoming greater every day. Yeah. It's a process. It's a process, but at the same time, and at the same time, make sure you are intentional in that process. Make sure you are intentional in that process. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let you guys go. I remember me and Nate, we had a conversation, and I shared something with her, and I'm I'm not sure like her words verbatim, but she was like, where did you get that from? Like, who told you that? Because it was something pertaining to females, right? And but I had to bring to her attention, like, yo, I have sisters, I have cousins that I have been around my entire life and I grew up with. That was an example of her, like, I don't want you bringing something from somewhere else into what we have and think that it's going to be okay. And I appreciate that because I don't want that, right? Now, granted, being realistic, there are some things that unconsciously you will do that you won't even know that you learned from somebody else. And some people will say, oh, well, that's insecure. You're being insecure. Don't worry about it. But put yourself in those shoes. Put yourself in those shoes. I don't want to start any arguments, so I'm going to leave that right there. Because we can, matter of fact, one day we're going to talk about insecurities. We're going to talk about insecurities. And I just know that you guys are going to agree and disagree in the comments. I know it. But yeah, make sure that you're not bringing old habits into new situations, right? Greg was mentioning, Greg was talking about the toxic environments, and sometimes we can take that toxic nature into an innocent situation, and that person can be like, who scarred you? Like, literally, who did this to you? Why are you acting this way? Why are you so defensive all the time? Literally, who scarred you? And like, we can be there, and we have to ask those questions. We have to ask those questions when we're in this place called the dating pool. Like, literally, who wounded you? Who cut you? Who hurt you? You may not be able to solve the hurt, but you can inquire. You can help them through a process. So, guys, that is all I have for you guys tonight. Tiffany says, be careful at that pool. There are no lifeguards. Yeah. We may do like maybe 1 or 2 more weeks on this dating pool conversation. Next week I will open up more about the people that have been in the dating pool. I'll just say that for next week. I'll just save it for next week. But next week I will open up more. Next week may be the last week on this dating pool conversation. And no, not 3 more weeks, Paradise. Not 3 more weeks. I got some other stuff that I wanna share with you guys. More content is gonna be dropped. Y'all might as well just call me like Tyler Perry Jr. at this moment for everything that's coming up, guys. It is gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, and I'm trying my best to hold it, and not share it. But I got some dope things coming up for you guys. Yeah, no, tomorrow, Tiffany. Tomorrow's the day. Cinco de Mayo. Hey guys, tomorrow, celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Celebrate it. Don't just eat tacos, but learn about the history of it, right? Celebrate every culture, ethnicity you can, right? Spread love in those ways. Celebrate. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll probably announce some things maybe next week, but this month, for sure, some matter of fact, yes, next week, some announcements will be made. It is going to be crazy. And I need you guys to stay tuned. Remember, the Relevant Brand is dropping gear real soon. So I need you guys to stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for everything that the Relevant Brand is doing, right? Everything that the Relevant Brand is doing. Next week is going to be dope. As always, I want to remind you guys I have to remind you guys that you are a relevant person with a relevant purpose. You're a relevant person with a relevant purpose. Don't forget that. Well, Trey, what is my purpose? That is something that you have to figure out, right? You have to figure that out. But just know when you figure it out, it's relevant. There's a reason. There's a reason that purpose is on your life. There's a reason that destiny is on your life, or destiny is in your life and you have it. There's a reason. There's a reason. So I want you guys to always remember this. You are a relevant person with a relevant purpose. Never forget it. The world needs to know that you are here. Disseminate information, right? Disseminate your creative abilities. Disseminate it. And always, always be the best that you can be for everyone. Always be the best that you can be for everyone. As I always say, operate in love, live in peace. I love you guys. I'm out.